deep conversations are what creates the best friendship that you can start to make a friendship with someone. Because deep conversations have to be meaningful, personal obviously, and last longer with someone. Like when you think of a basic conversation, they'll go for, a good minute or two. But then when it's a deep conversation, that could go for like 10, 20 minutes, or even more than that, if you're really connecting with that person. To get into more deep conversations, you have to get into more basic conversations. And some of these conversations will naturally enter a deeper conversation when things line up with that person, as well as your personality connecting with that person. But they also have to be three other things, the message of it. They have to be personal, they have to be private, and they have to be presence. Those three things, you're pretty much set for a deep conversation. Now, first one is personal. Obviously, you have to start asking questions or asking personal questions, and then you both open up to something that you wouldn't tell anyone else. Like I know I won't say so many people, but I have a lot of my friends that I speak to, well not really good friends, but the really good friends I have, if I could tell them anything. But then there's the friends at school or outside of school, and I don't have not like a deep, or like I don't have much as trust with them because they gossip and they will most likely tell someone else if I do tell them. So obviously you gotta know that person first, then know if they're trustworthy or not, if they'll say to someone else. But when the vibe seems right, that's when you can start to level up the questions and the conversational topics until eventually you're asking something that's personal. And the opportunities is when the other person mentions something that you can then ask about. Like they could say someone passed away, their family member, but obviously there's a lot of people, like obviously if they're a bit tipsy or maybe they're not, you probably want to talk to someone that's not drunk at all. But if they're a bit tipsy, I know there are a couple of people I talk to, they just open up their whole entire life story to us. I remember one time at a party I just told their entire life story, and obviously it doesn't feel as personal because there was a group of us, and so you're thinking, why is this person doing this? I didn't even ask her. Obviously you can be a bit grateful for that, but they're drunk, so they're not knowing what they're saying. Second is going to a private area. So obviously involving a person or a group, but you probably want to do it most likely with a person. And you'd want to speak about stuff with this person, dealing with matters that would not to be disclosed with other people, because most people would feel comfortable talking somewhere that's private, that's away from the party, away from the noise, and actually opening up to that person without any distractions and telling their personal stories to each other. But then obviously to correlate with that, with being personal and private, you have to have presence. You have to be aware, you have to listen to the other person. Then you can ask more questions on it, or then you can talk about yourself more, because you have to be fully conscious of the moment and free from the noise of dialogue and, like I said, loud music and shit. Because being present is when your eyes aren't darting around and you're focused at them. No other people walking around, just to them, their eyes, that's it. And because it makes you feel important, and you don't want that. It makes someone feel unimportant when your eyes are darting around, and you don't want to convey that when you're trying to get into a deeper conversation, because you're being unfocused on them, and they will have that in their mind thinking, this person's focused on me, I might cut off this deep layer now for me to open up to. So you just ruined the deep conversation on that. Plus you're also thinking about yourself, because you're thinking, should I say this to this person when it's a deep conversation? Like, will they tell someone else after this? And if they do, that's too bad. But obviously, after that you'll know that this person wasn't a deep conversation, and now they just bloody ruined it. But to work on your presence, you gotta do meditation. Do like a 20-minute meditation maybe every single day, or maybe just do it every single day. Meditation, you can be 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Hell, you could go for an hour. But obviously you gotta level up your meditation skills. Obviously, try and do that if you can. But also, with being present or being in deep conversation, what do you even talk about? Ambitions, goals, fears, trauma, mental health, family, friends, opinions, mistakes. It's all there for you to say. But also, deep conversations don't have to be positive all the time. Like, you could have two ways of, well, opinions. Like, I'm just saying as an example, you could be Christian, the other person could be Islamic, and you guys have a deep conversation talking about different beliefs and shit. And you can agree on some stuff, and you can disagree on some stuff. That's what it is. And because, well, if someone cries during that conversation, they're going to remember that conversation with you. And if you do get into a negative conversation, or a negative conversational topic, do it with the angle of uplifting them. Let's just say they say, oh, I'm a porn addict. You could say, or say like, you're not a porn addict. Or you could say you are, but like, you just have to work on that right now. Find out what's your hot trigger, what's making you into a porn addict, and work on your mental health. Obviously you want to get more in depth. I'm just saying it like surface wise, but explore the negative thing, let them speak, be a great listener, and always end the conversation on a positive high. Like, I've been in a couple, I'm not a major expert in it, it's just what I've learned. And you get to find, like I said at the start, you get to find your real friends through these deep conversations. Obviously hang out with them more after this party, this event, set up something with just you two and do something fun with each other. That's what it's all about. Obviously if it's someone who you think is not, well, you get into the deep conversation with this person and they're not present or anything, they're just looking away and shit, you can't just walk away from that. Maybe think, oh, why are you walking away? I just open up to you. And then, well, you have to say, you're not focusing on me, you're just focusing on yourself. Deep conversations, try this more, get into more basic conversations. It's what it is. So I'll see you guys tonight. I'm gonna make a gym video tonight, so probably around 2 a.m. 4 a.m. I'll see you guys there.